Well, we've got our intro right like 3 times in a row now, so I'm just going to mix it up and just say, welcome to Double Trouble, everyone. I am Frank Scattoni, and I am here
Ciaran Thornton. Oh, we still messed it up somehow.
With my co-host,
Ciaran Thornton.
Also known as the double master, the one with all the fans, the one who picks first-time starters going long on turf.
Well, like I said on Twitter,
beat my horses.
Like I said on Twitter, broken clock is right twice a day, Frank. When are you going to get another double win? Come on. That broken clock is right more than you lately.
Here's what I wrote on the little tagline for the YouTube channel. It said, on today's episode, Ciaran hits on yesterday's episode, Ciaran hits the double and loses money. Frank just loses money.
Pretty much sums it up, yes.
And I wrote about that in my Frankly Speaking column. I wanted to give you the bird yesterday because you're like, you know what, Frank? Is it better to lose a little bit of money or to lose all of your money? And that's what happened to me yesterday. I did not connect on the double. Ciaran did, broke even. We talked about that bankroll preservation strategy. Is that something you might employ today for this late double? I thought it was a little more targeted than yesterday.
This one was a little more targeted. Sucks one of my long shots got scratched, but when you throw up my bets, I'm still saving $20 to see how the day goes, and I might press a little bit more on one of my choices, or I might try something weird. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. First of all, welcome everyone. Thanks for joining us. As we always do, Ciaran and I just kind of like to look at the whole Friday card and just call out a couple of races or horses that we have an eye on. Neither of us were super strong about anything in particular. You guys can read Ciaran's sheet for his picks in all the races, but he did want to mention on this show in race 1, number Madeira Wine, 10-1 on the morning line. I was looking earlier, Ciaran, at the early odds, and the horse was a pretty big price, 22-1 currently. I know it's a long way to go, but the windows are open.
Interesting.
Tell us about this horse.
Moves back to turf after winning under this jockey last out at this distance. And this is one of these races. Almost half of the winners are 5-1 or more. I thought the morning line price was crazy. I'll be happy if we get 5-1. I think the horse. I think the horse should be a lot lower.
Really?
And then
I thought this was a really competitive race.
And then I thought they'd just go in the front, and that's been a winning strategy here on turf. I think I read somewhere almost half the races, the leaders winning on turf.
Yeah, I did that stat. It was like 50% were either on the lead or sitting second or third or within 2 lengths of the leader. That was heading into this week. Yesterday, though, we saw some different results. We saw some normal turf racing where horses could actually close. And I wonder if the rain yesterday might have had something to do with it. Maybe soften the course up a little bit, make it more closer friendly. Any thoughts on that?
Did it rain that much out there? I mean, I know it dumped out where I live, but
I mean, it rained enough to make it wet and a little moist, maybe,
I mean, it's super hot again after that nice cold day. Are we going to get rain Saturday, do you think? I mean,
I hope not.
So humid again.
I call Tom Quigley Al Roker because he's always giving me weather updates. He let me know that it was going to rain yesterday. I have not heard anything about Saturday, so I think it's going to be blue skies and clear. Yeah, it did rain because when I was done with the newcomer seminar yesterday, half my shirt was soaked. So it rained enough to perhaps affect the turf course. We shall see. Unfortunately, this is the first race on the card, so you don't have anything to go on, but you're getting compensated in price with Madeira Wine. I wanted to mention in race 3, number 7, Double Bay. This horse was my spot play for my Frankly Speaking column. Look, this is a very, very wide open race, but I think this horse is sitting on a good one. She came off a near year layoff last time, outran her 8-1 odds, finished second in a 1-mile turf race. She set a ridiculously fast pace. That makes her a significant flow upgrade in here. I love betting flow upgrades. I think she's got a big shot. My only problem.
I was about to say, what can I say what your problem is?
Read my mind.
KK's riding, and Rispoli jumped off. And
I cannot catch this guy. I'm telling you, I have landed on so many of his horses, never get a win. He's fourth in the jockey standings, and I haven't had one of his winners. But I bet most of his horses.
My notes were, I mean, he should have been top. I put him last place just because it's such a wide open race, I thought. But I mean, my notes were if Rispoli couldn't win, what's KK's chance?
Well, that's true. But I was thinking second off the bench and whatnot. But who are your picks in that race?
I spread my top. I just went 1, JJ Baffert. I know turf, but there's not a whole lot of people in here. 2, Freshu, and number 3, Sunglow with Barrios. So I thought it was a hard race.
It is a hard race. I just think that horse looks a little sneaky. Roll through some comments, Ciaran, and then we'll get started on the late double.
I will say I do have another interesting one, Frank, today. This was one where I thought I could have spent a lot of money on the early pick 5 and not hit it, and I've talked about it before.
Yeah.
I'll just land on a single. And as like your favorite word, a separator bet, and my single today is actually either going to make both my bets or take me out. It's race 5. I'm going to single the number 5. That is my single. I think it's 6-1. I couldn't pick anyone else in this race without going multiple horses deep. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go with this one. Yeah, top last rate speed. Why not?
They all kind of look the same in this race, right?
That was my thought. And I was like, I do not want to do all and have this ticket just cost me too much. So if I hit the pick 5 and the pick 4 today, it's going to be around that horse.
I do not disagree with that strategy at all. You either single here or you use 7 horses, and you still might not hit it. The only other horse that I would consider is I like the 8 Bandolero a little bit in that race. Got an educational run going long last time. Urton adds the blinkers. That is a terrific move for him. He's having a very, very quietly good meet, 24%. I don't like that your man Frezu jumps on a first-time starter, but you've been singing Ricky Gonzalez's praises all meet, so it's not like you lose that much.
I mean, a lot of conflicting data. First-time blinkers, Urton's winning 28%, but second-time routing, he's 9%. So which stat's going to rule the world? Which ring's going to rule today?
Yeah, no, the thing that scared me the most is that Frezu went to the Tim Yakteen first-time starter. And you were smart about Frezu. Yesterday, if you remember correctly, there were 2 Mark Glad horses. I like the one with David Cohen up, who had already run. You said, Frank, Frezu is riding Glatt's first-time starter. I don't care if it's long on the turf. Frezu had a choice. That's his man. He ends up on the first-time starter. That's the horse. Sure enough, the horse went off and won at 5-1, which was a great win price because I don't know if you saw my text last night. The double was actually an underlay. It paid less than the $5 win party. So they knew. They hammered that horse in the double.
Yes, they did.
And that was a good pick by you. All right, let me roll through the comments, Ciaran, and then I'll let you talk about race 7. Nick, thanks for joining us. Let's have a day. Love it. You changed your little profile pic there. Looking sharp, my man. 4 horses, 2 in. Afternoon, fellas. Afternoon to you. Thanks for joining us. I believe you're a first-time commenter, so thank you. Nick Sievers, that's because Ciaran hasn't put any money down yet. I missed the reference, but I was probably making fun of you.
Well, probably because my pick fours
are 22-1
for themselves this season.
No, he was saying on Madeira Wine, the horse is 22-1 because you haven't crushed his price yet. All right, DTL, Mr. Guitar, good luck. Same as you, Dan H. Thanks for joining us. Finished Grace last night. Thanks again. Let's keep it going. We are going to keep it going. Just a reminder, everyone, this is just a kind of pregame show. We will be back live doing what we do best before race 7 today. But we do want to give you a little appetizer of what we're thinking. I'm going to put up Ciaran's. This is tentative. This all might change, right, Ciaran?
Yeah, I had a scratch, so I might rotate my preferences around depending on how the day goes.
Well, talk us through race 7.
I was originally number 1 was going to be one of my bombers here, but Loving on the Run, but scratch. So for now, I mean, my top choice is number 9, Miss Roberts. Boring, I know, chalk. Barrios for Mulling, won at the distance last out. Trainer, 27% winner last race. Pretty standard chalky type favorite. 7-2 morning line. I think it's probably going to go a lot lower than that. I could see that horse being 2-1. Second choice.
I disagree.
Really? Who do you think?
I don't think that horse will be favored.
Well, that's even better for me then.
Yeah, no, if it's better for you, I don't think that horse will be favored. Number 6. How is that horse not going to be 2-1?
My notes here, the other Phil, KK rides. There you go. And then my other notes were, if Pratt could not win on this horse, what chance does this jockey have? Capital letters pass. That was my notes.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
So, I mean, if he beats me, he beats me. But if Pratt could not win on this horse last out going 5 in the Daisy Cutter, I mean, all these horses essentially came out of the same race.
Yes.
If Pratt couldn't get this horse home, what's KK going to do? And he's 0-8 for Phil. So,
well, the horse did lose. I mean, lost to Pushiness. She's a really, really nice Mike Riepele sprinter trained by Michael McCarthy. But you make good points. But don't you think coming out of all those stakes races, the public is going to hammer her?
A lot of these horses came out of the same race.
Yeah, but she was running in grade 3s last year.
Yeah, that was
and,
last
and
year.
not disgraced.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we disagree on that. So the number 9 is your top pick, and then you have some savers with
number 2. I'm about to go. I was considering making that my top choice, and I may put some more money on that one later today. Diego, I mean, this horse was the favorite in the Daisy Cutter under DeMuro, your other favorite jockey. And we've got a fantastic stat here. Powell is 0 for 22 second start, which means he's going to win today because Diego wins 36% for him.
That's shocking to me because Powell is such a good trainer.
And that's one of those stats that will blow up, as we know. So that's why I'm hoping it's going to be this one.
No, I'm so glad you make that point, Ciaran, because stats are very, very useful. But at the same time, it's not like Leonard Powell is going to go 0 for 75, right? So he's going to win one of these days. And I'm with you. I think this is the horse to do it. I actually think I think Herrera is a freaking massive upgrade on this horse because this horse needs to be ridden aggressively. And DeMuro is not an aggressive rider. The only time he rode aggressively was when he won for you on ribbons opening day at 28-1. That's it. Every time else, he's just lackadaisical. So I think this is a massive, massive upgrade. This horse has enough speed to be right in the mix. And, I'm usually a big second off the bench guy. I was shocked to hear that stat about Leonard Powell, who I think is a terrific patient trainer. So that's interesting.
And then my other long shot here is number 3, Home Game. This is where JJ lands for Phil.
That's the other D'Amato. Okay.
Shipping in from Churchill. Dirt horse, first time grass. And if Phil says the horse can run on grass, it can run on grass. That's all I got to say. I don't think there's anyone better at moving dirt horses to turf. And Bullet works, which is unusual for Phil, 58-second work. Now, this horse did train at Los Al, and usually I would downgrade horses that don't breeze over Del Mar tracks, some of them. But this seems a lot like the horse I own with Little Red Feather under Phil, Arrakis, that does the same thing. Trains at Los Al and then ships out to Santa Anita to run on turf and ships out here to run on turf. So
yeah, you know what, Ciaran, that's a great point. And normally that's a red flag if it's a dirt race, but I have seen D'Amato do this many times with turf horses. So that's very interesting. I know it might sound weird, and maybe at some point you and I might be able to do the stats for this, but I find that horses who run well at Los Al can get turf and vice versa. The turf horse goes to Los Al. For some reason, that surface is more kind to turf horses than most other dirt surfaces.
And
so
that's why
Phil trains them there.
Yeah, because it's easier on the feet. And if you look, he gets a lot of European horses, and I've gone through it. Like Go Phoenix was a perfect example. When he came out here originally, the whole reason was to send him out for this ground, but his feet did not like it when he first got out here. So, I mean, it takes them a while sometimes to adjust. And I think Los Al, like you said, is a little secret for him on his turf horses.
I think you're right. We're going to have to keep good stats on that. I'll let you talk about the last race in a second, but this is what I'm tentatively doing. I might actually change this and throw in your Home Game because the more you talk about it, the more I like. And
well, the other thing before you move on, the other interest, JJ is not won for Phil yet. He's 0 for 8 in the last month, if you can believe that, which is kind of crazy.
The day that all the over stats get smashed?
Could be. I mean, we've seen it happen on Fridays where the offers come in and dominate. So.
I actually just saw this as a 2-horse race, but I am going to upgrade Ciaran's 3. I'm not betting Miss Roberts. I don't want any horse out of that race. This is a significant step up in class for Miss Roberts, in my opinion. I thought it was a 2-horse race. I did this rider for Del Mar, the Del Mar website. I already talked about number 6, Uncorked. I think this is the most talented horse in the race. I thought that Daisy Cutter was really good. Ciaran makes good points against the horse, but I just think she's a better horse than most of these. And then I'm with you on the 2. We already talked about the 2. Massive jock upgrade. Horse's tactical speed, drawn inside, should get the dream trip. I thought this race was 2-6. I have $10 to spend. I might come back with home game and play a couple of other, play home game with what the horses I like in the nightcap. Before we get to the nightcap, Ciaran, let me just check the comments section. See how your fans are doing. The Ciaran fan club.
Someone's asking about Mr. Guitar, the 4 in race 7.
Hey, CC. Colin Rogers, nice to see you, CC. Hey, join us. Thank you. The 4 visually.
I like Lee, and he's on fire. He's winning 33%. I just wish there was another jockey. That's all I JJ on that horse would have been a top pick for me.
I don't mind IU. So the horse ran really well. So my problem is the horse is going to be too far back, like he was all the time. Last time everything rallied, but just missed. Not out of it. I think I made the horse a B on my write-up. So, that is a horse to consider. This horse owes me nothing because if you go back to May 5th, the Senorita, this horse won at 17-1, and I was the only one in the contest who had it. So that horse made me about $1,000 on a $12 entry. So I have no problems with that horse. I just think I think it's going to be too little too late, more for underneath, but can absolutely win with the right setup. All right, CC, if you have any plays or picks or talk about horses, just send us a note. Here we go, Carlos. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you. Thanks for joining us. 4 horses to win. 2, 6, 9. Damn, she's fine, but 10 is tempting. Let's just run through real quick. Who is the 6 and the 9? Okay, all the ones we talked about. The 10 is an AE, so we'll have to. Oh, the 10 gets in actually.
Oh, the 10 got in. That's right, because of the scratch.
Yeah. I had the 10 last time at 13-1. Of course, finished second. Story of my meet. I was against both of those horses coming out of that race. Do you have to include this horse, Ciaran? You like Miss Roberts, and this horse was a half length away from her.
It might be my saver bet later. Might be just because I'm so tight in the last race. I actually might use Mr. Guitar's number 4 with this number 10 on Kent. So that might be my saver bet later. We'll see.
Yeah, we could adjust the mounts and we can adjust the horses we use. That's the purpose of the show, to kind of talk it through. Paula Ortega, thank you. Yes, this is all H2O. There's no alcoholic beverages anywhere near me. It's a little too early for me. Ciaran, on the other hand, I'm not sure about. Dan H, visually, the buyer was super last out, aided by a bias. I don't know necessarily by a bias, maybe a setup. But no, that's a nice horse, and Barosio is just crushing it. Okay, we already talked about that. Mr. Guitar, 2 back on Lasix. That's how I'm about to go, right? Let's see.
Yep.
Excellent point. That's one thing I hardly pay attention to, and I really should do it more often.
A lot of horses that I jump off of many times, especially when they're moving up to the stakes races and whatnot. If they've raced any amount of time, I'll just look and see how they did. And I find it very easy with a lot of Baffert horses. Like if they sucked off Lasix and do well on Lasix and they go up, I'll make it easier for me to be off the guy.
No, that's a great point.
Doesn't matter.
I think you raise a really good point here, Michelle. The horse's best race came here at Del Mar last year, going 5 furlongs using Lasix. So back on Lasix, big move. I love it. Very smart. 410 trainer daily double. Powell must have someone in the last. So let's talk about the last, Ciaran.
Lee's on my top choice. It's his horse in the last. Twilight Empire. And Frey's riding for him. So they win 40% together. So Frey's his go-to guy. The one here already moves up in class slightly. No works is one of the things I was like that gave me a negative, but it's not really that bad of a race. And we've talked about it before. Some trainers just go, well, why would I do a workout when I can race for money? So, but that was one little thing I had. I thought the horse was placed to win. They slight move up in class off the win last out. I mean, placed to win. I thought this will be the favorite.
The no works might be intentional because they're going to think, oh, no one's going to claim the horse. No works, comes off, it's claim bait. So there's a lot of poker playing going on in the low-level claiming ranks, and Barosio is one of the best. He's having a terrific meet. I see Michelle was saying visually in race 4, who's trained by Barosio, to 10 in this one, who's also trained by Borussia.
And then my second choice is the number 2 Old Silver. Phil dropping the horse in. He puts Silvera on. But I have a little note here. There's a sharp workout, and the workout that this horse Old Silver had was in with number 3 Home Game in the prior race. So it's going to be interesting to see how number 3 does, if that was a legit fast workout. Although it's not going to do us much good. We'll already be into the double, but that's a note I made.
True, but you can bet the horse individually in the race. But that's a good point. You can use Home Game as a barometer of how well Ole Silver might run, depending on how well Home Game does. So you're 210 in the nightcap. You're pretty tight. We are very similar, but I'm using one extra horse. I'm going to use the 8. I'm surprised you didn't come up with this horse, Ciaran, because you've been all over these ship and win ones.
Yeah.
And Hess is pretty good when he's with this kind of move. Just taking the horse, dropping the horse to a level where he can win the race, get the ship and win bonus. Has speed from the outside, should get a good forward position. You have anything on this one?
I would have used it if Kent was riding.
Okay. Interesting.
I mean, I know Bays rode this horse when it was here before. Actually, does this one even qualify for the ship and win? Because it raced here.
No, probably not, because it raced
here at Santa Anita. That's why I jumped off. It wasn't really a ship and win.
Yeah,
because they raced at Santa Anita in February and March. And I think you got to be out all year. You can't have raced here during the year.
I'm not sure, but there is a time restriction, and I don't think March is far back enough. That's very interesting. But
so that was another reason why I did not jump on it. And no Kent. Kent was on it. I absolutely would have used.
All right. So there's kind of the overview of how we see this late double. We'll be back live for the real-time wagering. Just real quick, Ciaran, because we're not going to do a show tomorrow. It's the biggest day of the meet. It's the Pacific Classic. We might do a couple of short videos, let you guys know who we like throughout the day. But I think we should just roll through really fast. And if you have any horses you want to mention, call out. Just throw it out there. People, get your pens and pencils out. Take some notes, because tomorrow is the day.
Wait, before we jump in, Dan H asked us if I had an alternative for race 5 for the number 5. I would say we talked at your 8, Bandolero. I think if I was looking to put another one in with Ricky. Okay. Tomorrow's card I thought looked very chalky, which means it's going to be Long Shot Central.
Well, you must have a couple of prices on your sheet there.
I do like a long shot early in the card tomorrow, race number 2, Mr. Machu Picchu, if I'm saying it right. And I'm a little shocked at the morning line. I think if I look, it was like 10-1 or something. I think that horse will be 5-1, top last rate speed, barely beaten last out. And 15 races, 8 of the winners have been long shots. So that's my long shot of the day tomorrow, race 2. Mr. Machu Picchu.
I am not on you with Mr. Machu Picchu. I've seen that horse enough to know that he'll be in front of the 16th and will be last by the finish line.
Okay, so we just got a Frank upgrade. Frank upgrade.
2 Wild Recruit, 3 Coach Cronin for me in that race. Anybody else you want to scroll through? Anybody else leap out at you? That's for tomorrow, guys. That was race 2. I thought, how about this? Let me ask you this. In race 4, is number 4 Mistrial, the Baffert filly, a single?
In race 4, I went 4-6-3 in there.
And you're going to use all 3 of them?
Yes, probably. And my potential single might be in race 5, the number 4 in there.
Okay, let's look at
that.
But
that was just me going through and doing my first pass through. I'll probably look at it again in the morning.
Yeah, I just wanted to go over, let's throw out some, races in case we don't cover these. Just put it on people's radar. I thought in that race, I thought Formidable Man, King of Gosford, and Almendarez. Those were the 3. You can if you use those 3, I think you're fine getting out. In race 6 is number 1 Tenma, the Baffert horse, a cinch.
There's no such thing as cinch on Pacific Classic Day.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But
I thought pretty hard to argue, if you know what I mean. I just went 1-2, the other Baffert. You never know.
The 2 Bafferts. Okay, fair enough. Do you have anything in race 7? I liked I have a price here. I like number 8 Kinjani in race 7.
And I like number 2 Spicy Bug. That's
Really?
stretches out, second off a long layoff, and Ricky hops on. He's 29%. And this horse, I think, I don't have my notes up, raced in a stakes race. Actually, might have been in the Daisy Cutter, if I'm trying to remember. I'm not sure. I don't have it.
I can look right here. Spicy Bug is coming out of the Daisy Cutter, correct?
So I thought they thought enough off the bench to put that horse in a stakes race and looked short. And today might be the money race on Pacific Classic Day. So
I think there's other speed in there. I think Spicy Bug gets buried. I'll make you a $10 head-to-head wager that number 8 Kinjani finishes ahead of your Spicy Bug.
Okay, sure.
I thought race 8 was impossible. That's a Calbred 2-year-old race.
I just went too deep there. I went 5-4, Miss Kona, and Dancing Daisy.
Yeah,
I thought 5 could be a single. That's one of those where I go, if I'm going to pick a spot, I'll just single there versus having an expensive ticket.
I think that horse is going to be overbet, and I don't know. I think that's a very, very tough race. All right, let's get into the stakes races real quick. The Green Flash, 5 furlongs on the turf. You spread here, didn't you?
I went 5 deep on this race. I'm going 4, 7, 9, 10, 11. I thought this was very, very hard. So
I thought there would be enough speed to set it up for Mopatism, but that post is tough and it's a big field. I thought number 4, Sorrento Sky, the other D'Amato, was going to get the perfect trip. Loves 5 furlongs, loves Del Mar.
And that's my second choice.
I was very
my
interested.
Second choice in there, yep.
And who's your top pick?
Queen Maxima.
The filly against the boys. Very interesting. All right. I'm against
Day of
her.
history. A day of history is what we're looking for tomorrow.
Yeah, a lot of I mean, that would be a really cool thing, but I think she's in very deep there. How about the big one, the Pacific Classic?
I mean, I really tried to I looked at this race more than I probably should, trying to see.
Wasting a lot of mental energy on this race.
I mean, I just see it as journalism, Nios, and I'm really cheering for Pratt to get the double with Nios. I tried looking to see if I could put Fierceness in. Ran great here, but I think, I mean, you want to embrace them bringing that horse all the way out here, you know, and cheer and hopefully get the win so more people will. But I don't know. I think it's a 2-horse race. But we said that before on this day. Some of these match races, they don't come out the way they're supposed to.
Yeah, I mean, Fierceness on his best day could easily beat this field. The best race of his life was last year here at Del Mar in the Breeders' Cup Classic when he ran second. I thought he ran such a good race that day. My problem is he's just so inconsistent. You know, you don't know what you're going to get with him. I'm going to trust Bob Baffert. He's been pointing to this race all along. He has campaigned and trained this horse to make sure he gets 1.25 miles. Pratt is here to ride this horse. I'm all about Nisos in that race. And then just real quickly, the horse we all will be rooting for in the nightcap, the Del Mar Handicap, Gold Phoenix going for the 4P. Is it going to happen?
GFP, of course. Yeah, do I have him? Yeah. Is the Pope Catholic?
Are you using him?
Of course. That's my double.
X.
All right. That's there we go. Frank off.
And when TQ doesn't tweet him, it's a good thing, right?
Yes. I mean, the post is horrible. We couldn't have got a worse post, but we get Pratt. And if there's any master who can work out a trip for him there, and I mean, I don't know. I think Pratt has a lot of options. They usually want the horse to be covered up, but I'll tell you, every time Gold races these long races and the race is over, they could run the race again.
Yeah,
he's that fit.
He's got to be breathing heavy.
Maybe he just gets put into the race earlier. You know, who knows? We'll see. Pratt will decide what he needs to do.
Yeah, you trust Pratt, don't you?
If there's anyone that he's the master, you know what I mean? He won on he won the first Del Mar handicap for us, and he's back here to make history for number 4.
He's going to bookend it 1 and 4. Gold Phoenix is the best horse in the race. I wish you the best of luck. I'm just going to throw out another horse out there, number 7, True Quality. I think that horse is going to be ready to roll. Loves the distance. Has a win here at Del Mar. I think Jonathan Thomas, after the flop in the San Marcos, backed off on the horse and said, "We're just going to train up to the Del Mar handicap." We already know he loves Del Mar and he can handle the distance. So I think that horse is going to run a sneaky good race. But of course, Ciaran, we are all rooting for you. Okay, Michelle Burnell, love the show, guys. Thanks for this. It's fun. Love the stats. Let's break some overs. Yes. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Come back and join us this afternoon. Arthur Ramirez, journalism and final boss, True Quality double for tomorrow. Interesting. He is not on your horse, Ciaran, but that's okay.
No more screen. He does not get any more screen time, Frank.
You're blocking him?
He's
Arthur,
blocked.
you've been blocked.
He's off. No more comments from him.
You can follow me, Arthur. I got you, man. I'm with you. Truly quality tomorrow. And the Michelle Brunel nicest single for me. We went a little long today. We went a half hour, but thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Let everybody get back to the races. 3 o'clock first post at Del Mar. We will be live, I believe, at 5:40 for races 7 and 8 today. We will finalize our double plays, and we look to hear from all of you. Final
Frank,
thoughts, Ciaran?
Before we go, I guess we should have given. Do you have any picks for race 6 so we can give them the late pick 3? I know that's something we were going to do. My late pick 3 is going to be 136 in the first leg. For those who are following along,
I don't have an opinion. I'm not gonna. I'll look at it again and maybe I'll tweet something out. But for now, it's your 136, correct?
Yep.
Ciaran, I can't even hit the late double. You expect me to hit a pick 3?
Yeah.
That's your jam, man.
If you do hit 1, you're gonna have to wear a clock hat or something like that.
Squirrel found a nut. All right, Michelle Brunel, later. Take us out, Ciaran.
Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you come back later today, 5:40. I'm Double.
And I am always Trouble.
See you guys later.
Guys.